I recently made a video about how to be an elite play caller on offense. In the comment section, I had a viewer tell me that he wants to see an analysis video of me running my Pop Warner youth football offensive scheme. And when I say youth football, I'm talking about your typical offense that you see when you go to a game with a bunch of 8, 9, and 10-year-olds. They're all running I formation, power I, wishbone, wing T. And 99% of the time, it's a run. Have you ever seen those youth offenses where the running back has clearly hit a growth spurt, and because he's bigger than everyone else, the coaches just decide to feed him the ball? Well, that is exactly what we're going to do today, because my running back is 6'3", 250 pounds. Who's going to stop me? I'm in Navy's playbook using the formation Power I Tight. This youth football system is only going to have 5 plays. Our main play is ISO. We're going to have a play action off of the ISO. We're going to have power to attack the B gap, a toss sweep to attack the edge, and halfback blast to give the opponent a run that goes opposite of the strength. First play from scrimmage, I'm looking at the B gap box, and I see my opponent has 1, 2, 3, 4 defenders inside the B gaps to my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blockers. Plus an open A gap tells me I can run ISO. ISO means that we are isolating our fullback on the middle linebacker. In this case, since we have 2 fullbacks, we're isolating both of our fullbacks on both middle linebackers. And with this open A gap, they're just going to clear a hole for the running back. Trying to set the tone on the ground in the third. Next play, we're at 2nd and inches. We're looking at the B gap box. 1, 2, 3, 4 defenders to our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blockers. I can run ISO again. Here's the handoff. First and 10, I run ISO again, but I think someone missed a block, so I'm only going to get 1 yard off of this. The give to the tailback. And they'll stop it. 2nd and 9, I'm going to give my opponent a different look. First, I notice that these defensive tackles are crashed more inside, like they're trying to take away the A gaps. And I notice open B gaps on both sides of the line of scrimmage. And up to this point, every run has gone towards the strength of the formation, which is this second fullback. So to give my opponent a different look, I'm going to run halfback blast to the weak side of the formation. The big fella eats. Nowhere to go. His user is confused. He doesn't realize what's happening. And by the time he does, because of his hesitation, it's too late. His hesitation gives my lineman enough time to climb up and block his user. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground. Oh, he's got some space. They get him corralled at nothing. And at this point, my opponent rage pauses. His mic is going off, so I'm going to assume he's pissed. Next play, I'm going to run halfback ISO again. Give to the running back. He's dragged down. 2nd and 8, this is his user. He's trying to stop runs running to the strong side of the formation. So if he's going to dedicate to stopping the strong side, let's run halfback blast to the weak side. To the ground with the back. Wrestle down if that. He rage pauses again, and his mic is going off. This offense is actually pissing him off. Next play, looking at the B gap box. 1, 2, 3 defenders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blockers. We can run ISO. They'll go to the ground. And the last play is going to be a touchdown with power. They'll try to get it in with a run. I only ran 3 plays: ISO, blast, and power. If you were curious, this is how I'm running the offense. I come out in the play halfback blast, and then from there, these are my audibles. The first is going to be halfback lead dive, which is the ISO play. Next is power, then the halfback toss, and then play action off of ISO. So I come up to the line of scrimmage with halfback blast, and based on what the defense gives me, I will audible to one of these 4 plays, giving me a total of 5 plays to choose from at the line of scrimmage. You know the drill. How many defenders are in the B gap box? 1, 2, 3. To our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blockers. Let's run ISO.
Scoring there in the first half.
You got to give the defense credit on both sides. They've been physical. They've been making plays. So now,
we pick up a nice 5-yard gain. So now we're at 2nd and 5. And in the B gap box, 1, 2, 3 defenders to our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blockers. Let's run ISO again.
Like to say that it sounded painful.
I just threw up a
Picks up the first down, still moving. All down.
One weakness of ISO is if your fullback can't win his matchup against the middle linebacker. And that's what you're going to see here.
They'll give it to the back.
I'm still seeing a light B gap box, so I'm going to trust the system and run ISO again.
last play.
The give to the tailback. Oh, he's got some space.
Now my opponent's defense looks a bit more compressed, like he's trying to take away ISO. You can tell because these defensive tackles are a lot closer, taking away the A gaps. This edge rusher is inside leverage of the tight end, and now this linebacker is head up on the tight end instead of playing an outside leverage. This is my opponent's first adjustment to take away ISO. So if my opponent's defense is going to align a bit more compressed, trying to take away the inside run, how about we run a toss sweep?
Toss sweep right. Slithers into space.
Bro, what is this poor blocking effort? This should have been a touchdown.
Nice pickup.
I still see a light B gap box, so I try to run ISO to the weak side of the formation, but I end up getting stopped.
Here's the handoff.
Next play, I'm actually going to run power. This is because on the previous play, my opponent usered this defensive tackle, and just before the ball was snapped, he manually moved him into the A gap, which helped take away my attempt at running ISO. I predicted that if he took this defensive tackle again and moved him into the A gap, this would then open the B gap for me to run power. Unfortunately, I'm going to end up getting a slight speed boost, which is enough to push me into my pulling lineman.
The give to the back. And the defense holds.
Hey, 3rd and 8 in youth football is still a running down. So I see a light box, and I'm going to trust the system. I'm going to run ISO.
They'll try the run. Really nice run.
4th and 2, I was going to run ISO until I saw this. He moved this defensive tackle into the A gap, trying to take away ISO, which means now there's an open B gap, which means now I can run power.
Trying to do it on the ground. Touchdown, home run.
Next opponent, I see a light B gap box. We're going to start the game with ISO.
Trying to set the tone on the ground in the second half. Makes that.
There we go. Now we've got someone who runs to double mug as run defense. I'm still going to run ISO because there's no second level defenders in the box, and all of my linemen are going to pick up their blocks.
Right back to the well. Able to.
2nd and 7, I think my opponent went to mid blitz. This corner looks like he's manned up on the tight end because there's no one out here. Time to run a toss sweep.
Toss to the left. Running into the open space. There he goes.
New set of downs, I'm going to run ISO again. And this is the play that lets my opponent know that double mug is not run defense.
locking on them, running their feet. That's not their first priority. I know they're going to catch the ball more than they're going to block. Nice job blocking on that toss.
My opponent finally learned his lesson and got out a double mug. Problem is, his edge rusher is inside leverage of my tight end, which means he's still giving up the edge. This is a good look to run power. Tight end's going to down block on this edge rusher. These two linemen are going to create a double team at the point of attack. This center is going to block back on this guy. My guard is going to pull and pick up the first threat. This fullback is going to lead block and pick up the next threat. This fullback is going to lead up and get the safety. As long as everyone does their job, I should have a touchdown.
They'll try to get it in with the run. Looking for the end zone.
3 plays: ISO, toss, power. This guy was giving me problems, which is why I'm already at 3rd and 7. I'm still going to trust the system because 3rd and 7 in youth football is still a running down. I see a light B-gap box, so I'm going to run ISO.
Stop.
Leaves it with the back. He's going to come up.
4th and 3, I see a light B-gap box, so I'm going to run ISO. That was a play action. And because he blitzed all of his linebackers and his user triggered hard on the run fake because I've been running this entire time, there's no one back here for this tight end post.
Play action. Throws for the tight end. Makes the catch.
My opponent is continuing to blitz all his linebackers, trying to sell out to stop the run. Because of this linebacker's blitz angle ends up being the opposite A-gap, which means he takes himself right out of the play. This lineman down blocks on the center and they double team him. This guard blocks this lineman. This fullback is going to lead through the hole and block my opponent's user. And this fullback, who would normally be blocking this linebacker, but because he blitzes himself out of the play, is free to climb up and get the safety. Look what play action on the previous play did to my opponent's user. Before, my opponent's user was very aggressive on run action. Now, because I showed the threat of play action, he's hesitant. He doesn't know if it's play action or if it's run. And by the time he figures out it's a run, it's too late. My fullback has already had time to climb up and block his user. And with my fullback getting the safety, I have a walk-in touchdown for 26 yards.
To the ground with the back. Breaks it. Got some room in into the goal line.
That is my Pop Warner youth football offense. You can take this same scheme and apply it to I formation as well, as long as that formation has ISO, toss, power, some type of weak side run like a halfback blast or a counter, and play action. I hope you found this video entertaining and I hope you learned something from it. Be sure to join my membership if you want to have access to advanced offensive tips and my 3-3-5 tight defensive system. Hit that subscribe button and notification bell if you'd like to see more content from me, and I will see you in the next video.